Hey, welcome back to Healing with Seals. So today I am going to share my top 5 tips that helped me lose 20 pounds with PCOS. So, as the ladies know that have been diagnosed with PCOS, it is difficult. It's hard to understand. It's hard to navigate because not always are doctors, OBs as explanatory as they should be, or we would like them to be. So a lot of it is trial and error. A lot of it is like discovering your own body and learning your own body and finding out what is working best for you. So I say that to say I am sharing these 5 tips, but of course this is something that worked for me. I won't say this is going to be the cure for you or the top 5 for you yet. I did my own research. These are things that helped me. Give it a try, and I do hope it helps you. I do hope it can give you the change that you're looking for, but ultimately I hope it can just encourage and inspire you to really go on your own journey of figuring out what works best for you. So let's just go right into it. So my top 5, number 1 would be working on my fiber intake. So I just made sure that every day I was able to get over 20 or 25 grams of fiber. Sometimes I would get 40 grams of fiber, and just trying to focus on that with every meal. So I would do my PCOS smoothie that I talked about on my other video, which was high in fiber because of the chia seed, flax seeds, and I use a protein by Organ that is nuts and seeds, so more fiber in that as well as spinach. So I would make sure I have that every morning. Sometimes I kind of wonder about myself, how are you able to drink this each morning? But I do enjoy it, and it helps me have an ease of mind, because it's okay, now I know I already got all my fiber in, so it's not a process throughout the day. I'm able to get that done with, and that kind of just starts my morning well, because I'm giving my body the nutrients that it's needing. Okay. My second thing would be glutamine and inositol. I'm sure you guys have already heard of metformin and ovasitol. So I chose to do the glutamine because I was having some gut issues. Last year or 2 years ago, I worked with a nutritionist, and she had me to eliminate gluten for a while, and I realized my life was so much better without gluten. But she healed all the stuff that was going on in my gut. But I'm realizing that we needed to heal the gut lining. And so doing some research on my own, I realized that glutamine can help with healing the gut lining and allowing your body to soak in the nutrients that it's eating, if that makes sense. And so basically it's no more leaky gut, no more all these goodness that I'm having. My body's able to fully engulf it now. So I tried the glutamine, and that I feel that really helped me a ton, and I feel my body felt different with it. I didn't feel bloated, I didn't feel gassy, I felt good. I felt I was just able to, I don't know, I just feel I was able to really feel the nutrients that I was feeding my body. I can feel it's being more nourished, if that makes sense. Anyway, so give that a try if you know something, if you're having gassiness or belching, bloating, glutamine may be able to help you. Okay. And then the inositol, all the PCOS ladies know that is helping to balance your hormones. I will say 2 years ago, when I started with my nutritionist, I was able to have a regular cycle every 28 days. So that was great from her. She was helping me with that. And that was before I had the PCOS diagnosis. So she was able to help me with that. But now with the inositol, I feel that can help me not have as painful cycles. And they aren't as long. So I feel I'm able to have a cycle that's not 7+ days long, and it's not as much PMS, leading up to my cycle. Okay, so inositol helped me with decreasing my PMS symptoms, as well as certain cravings and the length of my cycle. So look into that. Is that something that you are dealing with? The brand that I use is on Amazon. It's called Wholesome. I use that one. I was using Avastal for a little bit, but I found an Avastal Wholesome brand was a little bit more aligned with me. Okay, so the third one that I started was skin brushing. So the skin brushing, I actually started on my own. I'm a therapist and I also do nutrition as well. And so during my nutrition training, I was learning about skin brushing. So I was like, hey, let me try this myself. Like, of course, myself being a therapist, I like to do the things that I'm asking my clients to do. Like, I don't want to say like, hey, let's try this out. And I don't know exactly what it's going to do, or like how I should feel personally. So I like to try these things. And I also knew like this can help me with PCOS as well. And I have been feeling like the skin brushing has been so intentional. Like I do it at night in the shower. Once I'm done getting clean, I just do my skin brushing, say some affirmations over myself, and I feel like it makes me feel more present, which can help decrease anxiety and depression, and I feel like it also kind of I just feel stuff moving inside of my body. I know it's good for drainage. It's good for allowing your muscles to have like revitalization. So I think the skin brushing also has helped me lose 20 pounds. If anything, it helped my stress level as well. And we know that stress and weight can go hand in hand, whether it's losing weight or gaining weight. So if we can help with that stress level, we know weight loss is something that can possibly happen. Okay. So my fourth one is rest. And I said like a gentle living. So what I mean by that is sometimes we can like, oh, let's do a HIIT workout. Let's go on a long walk. Let's do this. Let's do that. And sometimes we just need to sit down. Like we need to clock out from work, go sit down, like really recharge yourself. What I noticed is when I was working out, I had more inflammation in my body. And so by me not working out, I was able to heal those areas in my body that needed that extra tender love and care. So my process was to finally say, hey, let me just not work out. Let me just really pay attention to these certain ailments that I'm experiencing. And I feel like that worked best for me. And I still have a little bit of inflammation. I can feel every now and then. So I am still going to choose to just rest and maybe do some yoga and stretching when I am feeling up to it. But the main thing I'm focusing on is keeping my fiber, doing my supplements, making sure that the stuff I'm feeding myself, not just food wise, but like when I'm looking, like social media, the movies I'm watching, the books I'm reading are good for me. I'm just focused on healing the overall wellness of my own self. So once I started resting more, I noticed my inflammation getting less. And if like sometimes it's really not fat, is a lot of inflammation. Like a lot of us are really inflamed due to certain oils that we're intaking, certain drinks that we're drinking. Like if we really focus on the key fundamentals, like that can also help us as well. My fifth one I said was like faith, but also trusting in myself. I had to trust that my body was doing the best that it can do. I was trusting that my body has made me be so safe thus far. Like, so why should I doubt her now? Right? So we have to refocus on rebuilding that faith with yourself and that trust with yourself to say like, my body is doing what it can do, and I'm here to teach my body new things, and I'm going to love her regardless, right? So I really want to have a better relationship with my body and really acknowledge her for all the goodness that she has done, and then not ignore her just because now we have this diagnosis, right? Like sometimes we can talk so much mess on ourselves, and that's not okay. It's not fair to beat up on your body when she has sustained you, right? So I just told her like, I'm trusting you. I'm taking your lead. I'm focusing on the things that don't feel good. I'm focused on the things that feel great. And I'm going to give my body that greatness that she deserves. So changing how you are thinking about your body and your mind, and just kind of focusing on those affirmations, I think that also changed it. And then also to give yourself time. Like, we want something so quickly, but why? Like, I really want to enjoy the process of learning my body and being intentional. I understand we want certain things, yet if we keep on having the mentality of like go, 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 that doesn't really necessarily get us to where we want to be. So those are my top 5 tips. Like some extras would be like, I am gluten free. I am dairy free right now as well. Also, I just watch the oils that I'm having. So I just focus on avocado or coconut oil. Pretty much little to no fried foods. If I do, try to just focus on coconut oil. And I would say I also drink bone broth too. I find that to be this a really intentional process for me. Bone broth just helps to revitalize like tissues in your body, helps with inflammation, also helps to decrease anxiety and depression as well. So kind of focus on like if I have like a heavy caseload that day, making sure I get my bone broth in and making sure I'm spending time with myself. I understand that not everybody's process or day is the same as mine or anybody else's, so you just feel it, fit it in where you best see fit, where that can be like 5 minutes alone before bed or whatever you want to do. Like, just kind of see where you can put some more intentional beings or affirmation into your life. So I just want to share my top 5 tips of how I was able to lose 20 pounds while having PCOS. Once again, everybody's body is different, but I just want you to learn your own body too. But if these tips do help, definitely I'm glad that it can be helpful. But just focus on, some of the ones that are more mindfulness as well, because that can guarantee be a help for anybody. So I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely leave some comments or some more suggestions of videos that you may want to see in the future. But remember to subscribe, and I will be back again next week with another video. Bye-bye.